Good evening, and welcome to another edition of Kim's Corner. I'm Kim Brown, your host. And today we're just going to talk politics. And if I look tired, I am. It has been an exhausting week. Let me tell you, it started out on Sunday. I guess it ended last night. Anyway, elections. Election day was on Tuesday, May 13th. It's over. I'd like to congratulate the new mayor, Ras Baraka. Welcome, Mayor. Ras Baraka. Congratulations goes out to him. And I know it's been a long year or two for a lot of the candidates trying to get out there and, really work hard trying to get those votes. I know there's going to be a runoff in the West Ward between Joe McCallum and Patricia Bradford. There's going to be a runoff there. And then in the Central Ward, Darren Sharif and Gail Chadyfield. But I predicted right for mayor because that was one of my predictions. Joe did pretty good in the West Ward. Mildred, we know that Mildred Crump is at large. And Councilman Carlos Gonzalez was reelected. Aníbal Ramos was reelected in the North Ward. Osborne is newly elected. He was on Ras Baraka's ticket. And of course, the acting mayor now, Louis Quintana, was reelected. Congratulations to all of those who, again, won. John Sharp James, South Ward. Let me see who else. Oh, and I'm going to talk about Irvington for a minute. I heard that Irvington got a new mayor, that Wayne Smith was, I heard it was a landslide. I don't know. I didn't see, but I just found that information out. So Wayne Smith is no longer mayor of Irvington. And so it's a couple of runoffs in some other towns. We had a couple of mayoral races in a lot of other towns. But, my home is Newark. And, again, I want to congratulate some of the candidates. It's been a long haul. I know it's been a long haul for me. And I tried to get a lot of people on my show, but I couldn't. But I'd like to speak to I'll have some of the candidates come on, some of the ones who ran and didn't get in. And maybe, in 4 years, we'll probably see some of these people again. Some will probably fall by the wayside. And, others will probably try to do it again. Get on up and do it again. Speaking of getting on up and do it again. Sunday, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. I had to mention this. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous party. Outside the old Paradise Garage, all the heads were there. I see people I hadn't seen in 100 years. It must have been about 10,000 people in and out of this whole event or more. And they had it right on King Street in the front of the old Paradise Garage. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful affair. Like I said, I almost passed out. It was hot. I didn't know it was hot. That sun was intense on Sunday. We were out there. The music was pumping. So it was a really nice event. I said I seen people I hadn't seen in 100 years. And what they were trying to do is name the street after Larry Levan. He was a world famous DJ there. So, it's been a lot of parties, soirees all week. And so if I look tired, trust me, I am. So it was interesting. I just found out, I told you, I mentioned before that Wayne Smith was no longer mayor of Irvington, I was surprised because I think he did 3 terms. I think he was seeking re-election for a 4th term. So he didn't get his 4th term. And that's another thing I want to talk about too. I think we should have term limitations. Because some people, I think, are just making a career out of it. And it seems like they would either want to move on or pass the torch. They just want to stay in office, stay in office, stay in office, stay in office. And then we need to get rid of that. That needs to go to. I think you do a disservice to the people when you stay in office that long. So I think we should do term limitations, 2 terms and out. That's what I say. Anyway, that's just my opinion. And you know what opinions are like. But anyway, we have some more elections coming up, I think, in November because your favorite mayor, Cory Booker, your former favorite mayor, Cory Booker, is going to seek re-election because the seat that he took for Lautenberg, that term is up in November. So I guess he'll be seeking re-election in November. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, county exec. I think Joey D is, I think his term is up in November too. I'm not sure. We'll have to check that out. So we'll see what happens in November. So you have to get ready to vote again. And then when they have the runoffs here in Newark between the Central Ward and the West Ward candidates, we'll see what happens there. What else is in the news? Donald Sterling, he just goes on. He's a man that story just won't go away. And Magic Johnson, and that's a mess too. So I don't know. He apologized, but I believe he said it, he meant it, and that was it. We need to move on. There's a whole lot of other things that are going on that's happening in the world today. So we need to just move on from that. What else is going on? Rick, what else is going on in the news? Did I miss anything? Did I miss anybody?
No,
in Newark?
No, you pretty much covered everybody. It's going to be interesting with the runoff elections with Cheney Field versus Darren Sharif, seeing that Cheney Field is on Ras Baraka's ticket.
Yeah, yes. And Joe McCallum is on Ras Baraka's ticket also. And my predictions for that, I think Joe is going to get the West Ward.
Well, Joe won the West Ward, just not
by enough.
However, Cheney Field did not win the Central. And it's interesting to see if Ras Baraka is going to put all of his support and all of his weight behind Cheney Field to help her to get elected or not.
Well, he got some mayoral things to do now. He needs to get some rest. He has some mayoral things to do now. But yeah, I guess they'll get those troops to try to get, you know, those candidates in too, because they were both on his ticket. But I think Joe is going to take it in the West. And actually,
the question is, how much support will Ras Baraka actually give her? Will he go all out for her to bring her in, or will he sort of just leave her out there and just ignore her? That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and you know, Gail's been in before, so she knows what to do. You know, she served before, so she knows what to do. I don't know how much energy, you know, Mayor Baraka is going to put into her campaign now.
That's the question.
That'll
be interesting to see.
I think Darren might end up getting the Central Ward. That's my prediction. I was right for the mayoral race. Let's see, I was right for most of the at-large candidates. So we'll see. Yeah, did I mention John Sharp James got in the South Ward too, right? So he got a lot of votes too. Well, we expected that. I expected basically the election to turn out the way it turned out. So we'll see what's going to happen in the West. And I don't know when's the runoff.
June 10th.
June 10th. So be prepared. So I guess, you know, you'll be getting phone calls and seeing posters and everything again. So you got to vote June 10th. And when does when is his inauguration? Got to find out that also. I haven't spoken to Mr. Baraka since, you know, he's been elected, but we'll talk soon, I'm sure. We'll talk soon. What else is going on, Rick? What else did I miss? I'm shocked that Wayne Smith didn't get in, though. Kinda. Yes. Yeah, I'm shocked. I thought that, you know.
He almost came in third.
Who else ran against him? And that guy, who won? Who is the new mayor?
Tony Voss.
Okay.
Anthony Voss.
Okay, I did see his, did he run before, previously?
Don't know.
Okay, so I did see some, you know, paraphernalia with his name on it when I was going up in Irvington. I know some people aren't pleased about the elections, but I'm happy. I'm happy things turned out the way they did. Big smile, right?
He was the Board of Education president, Tony Voss.
Okay.
And he received 2,331 votes. Smith only got 1,183 votes. And Jean Lamotte.
Oh, so that's probably Jean.
Jean, possibly.
Jean. That's Jean.
Received 1,153 votes. So it was only a 30-vote difference from the mayor coming in third.
Wow. So, well, you know what? The people spoke this election in Newark. It was an important election. And I think the people just got out and they spoke. they made their voices heard this year. They made their voices heard. So, good.
Tony Voss, it's interesting, he's the former director of the township's neighborhood services.
Okay.
So he was probably out talking to the people,
Mm-hmm.
and that probably made a difference.
Yeah, and there was a lot of people did a lot of things on, the social network, and I
Right.
think that helps a lot now since we have all these Facebooks and Twitters and YouTubes and MySpaces and Instagrams, and that helps a lot with election, and I think racking up votes and just making yourself known to everybody that normally probably wouldn't even be visible to. I don't know how people spend that much time. People really spend a lot of times on those social networks. They tell all their business. I mean, I just don't get it. But use it for business networking. I think is good. But people just put their business on Facebook and then wonder why. I don't know who does that. And Instagram, that's another one. I can't get into Instagram. So I don't have an Instagram, but you can go on my website, kimscornertv.com. You can do that. What else is going on? Who else? What was going on in Patterson and the Passaic? I think it's a runoff. I think it's a runoff there in Patterson. I'm not sure. And they have a new mayor. Where else did they have a mayoral race? In Trenton also, I think, because that mayor got indicted, right? Is he serving some time yet? Has he started serving his time? So they got a new mayor in Trenton also. A couple of things going on in the state in New Jersey. Bridgegate, we're still hearing about that, but I think Christie's career is done. We got some new people. I haven't heard too many people that said they're going to run for governor. I know Titus Pierce is the first candidate I heard, gubernatorial candidate. I think, what's that, 2017 the race is. So you can probably go on his website. I think it's tituspierce.com or something. And look at him, and also go to my YouTube page, and you'll see the interview that I did with Mr. Pierce. What else? Am I missing anything?
That's pretty much it.
So
For the elections.
we're done with the elections until June, the runoff. Well, I don't have to vote because I don't live in the Central Ward or the West Ward, so I'm out of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break, hear a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hey, better watch Kim Corner. Don't you touch that dial.
And welcome back. So when we left, we were talking a little bit about the elections and the winners. And if I look tired, I am tired. It's been an exhausting week. I'm telling you. I'm getting older now. But anyway, we just talked about some of the elections and some of the results and the turnout. There's a lot of work that's going to have to be done. It's been in the news too a lot. It's funny. Our former mayor, Cory Booker, and the Facebook, $100 million, which they said was $153 million.
So where's the money?
We're in somebody's pocket, but not in mine. Not in mine. I don't know where the money is, and I don't even know what happened. Well, I don't know. That's just a big mess. The school thing's a mess. Now parents, I knew this was going to happen, but Donna Jackson had been telling these people, telling them for a couple of years that all this stuff was going to filter through the pipe, and it did. So a lot of parents now are upset because they can't get their children in schools in their neighborhood now, and now they have to go across town and take their kids someplace else to go. The school thing is just a mess, a big old mess. So I guess next year a lot of parents will be have to take that ride across town from the North Ward to the South Ward, and the South Ward to the North Ward, and the West Ward to the Central Ward, or whatever they're going to do. I don't know. But that's a big old mess with the school closings. But we'll see what's going to happen on the school board, because now Donald Jackson, he won the last on the school board election. So we'll see what comes up, with that, how that works out. And some of the candidates I know, because I never saw an official list either. And it was a lot of people that were running, especially for at large. you know, and I think it was like 19 candidates. So I don't know where some of them ended up, you know, on the list. Louis Shockley was one of them, and who else? I think Carlotta Hall was at large, and another thing, the Star Ledger's leaving. When is this Star Ledger officially leaving?
Didn't know it was.
Yeah, Star Ledger
Wow.
is leaving. Remember, we used to have the Newark Evening News.
Yeah.
So we'll have and Newark, the city, as big as this city is, we don't even have a postmark anymore. Now it goes through Kearney. Our mail goes through Kearney. We don't have a postmark anymore. It goes through Kearney. Star Ledger's leaving, and we should have a major newspaper in this town. So, you know, it's a couple of entrepreneurs here. Maybe we can get our own paper going. Rick, let's start a newspaper.
I'm working on it. Transformation Newark.
You know, let's start a newspaper and get that going on. I know some things I want to do, some more restaurant things. I want to thank a lot of people that's helped me out too. Kim's Corner needs to thank some people. All the lovely ladies at the Artisan Collective, 25 Halsey Street, downstairs. I want to thank Jay and everybody there. Deborah Petty, Essex Sports Cafe, does jazz on Mondays from 7 to 11 every Monday night, and the food is great. You need to go to Essex Sports Cafe. Some other people that helped me, Steve Iglesias from Mompo Restaurant. Hey Steve, how are you? We'll be back down there. It's time for us to do another show, because last time I was there, I know you have some more tantalizing things on your menu. I love to eat. I really, really love it. I really, really love to eat. I'm always hungry. I don't know why, but I'm always hungry. And we have a lot of nice places to go to in North. Where else is there to go? It's supposed to be 2 jazz clubs, I heard, that's going to open up in North. One of them was the Old Key Club. The guy from Skipper's, he's supposed to be opening a jazz place there. So it's a lot of revitalization going on in Newark. Of course, you know, Prudential is building a new headquarters there. So hopefully those shops that are on Halsey Street, you know, which are small businesses, hopefully they'll, you know, get those businesses to get to grow. Those people, hopefully they'll work in Newark. I mean, that they'll live in Newark from the new Prudential headquarters, so they can spend some money in Newark instead of taking their money out of town like they do. Huh. You know, it's enough of that also. So what else? What else?
We're going to be visiting more restaurants this season.
That's what I was just talking about. Are you sleeping back there? we're doing this show like we're kind of twilight. We're like sleeping right now.
We're looking to highlight more nonprofit organizations, like some that we've done in the past.
And what else? And restaurants. So, you know, you might need a commercial for your restaurant, or you might want Kim to come to your restaurant and showcase your business. You can contact me by email, Kim's Corner TV 18 at AOL.com. That's Kim's Corner TV 18 at AOL.com. Oh, and another thing, somebody told me that they wrote me in as an at-large candidate in yesterday's election. I got 1 vote, and I wasn't even running. That's a good thing. Yeah, somebody said they wrote me in at large. So that was nice that somebody thought of me like that. What else? Talked about the schools. I don't know what's going to go on with that. Kami Anderson, like, how much longer is she going to be here? Because she needs to go. I don't know how much longer she's going to be here.
It'll be interesting to see the interaction with her and Ryan.
Oh, yeah, that's Rav's best buddy. Kami Anderson loves Raz Baraka, right? Yeah. So yeah, that should be interesting. Maybe she'll resign now. How about that?
Well, the other night on Meet the Leaders, they were talking about how she doesn't attend the meetings anymore.
Well, she's useless when she's there anyway. She doesn't communicate with people. She just kind of sits. I want to throw my boot at her. Well, I can't say that, can I?
No.
Oh, okay.
And the former mayor, Ken Gibson, said, you know, a politician once said, if you can't stand the heat, you ought to get out of the kitchen. Mayor Gibson said she doesn't belong here. She needs to leave.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe she'll go now. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I don't know though. The plan is already in work. They've already just dismantled so many things. I don't know how we're gonna pull that back together. And we just really need local control. The state took it over. They've done a horrible job. And what's another thing interesting too about the election? People must not have been aware. Some of the candidates, I'm not going to mention, but schools were doing the NJ Ask, and they just disturbed the kids. You in front of a school because they were voting in some of the schools, and kids were being tested. Third and fourth graders were tested NJ Ask, and I just thought that was a little disrespectful. Maybe people weren't aware that the kids were testing all over the state. And, it kind of was a distraction, so they didn't have to contend with that. They had one more day of testing, and that's over. Too much testing, too. They need to do something about that, too. Entirely too much testing. What else is going on? Oh, all the fish. What's going on in the nasty, dirty shore? Jersey Shore. I go nasty, dirty shore. I don't go down there because I don't get in that water. I'm sorry, but I'll go to the shore. I don't go in there. Don't get in that nasty, dirty water. No, I don't. All the fish that came up, and I really haven't been. Anyway, I've just been seeing it. I had the news down, or I was places and the news was on, and missed something in the water there. So I really didn't get the full story on that. But it was it looked like just thousands of fish. Some of them were in the water, some of them washed up on the beach. But it looked like they only had 2 people picking up. That's jobs for people. I could have went down there and picked up some fish, and. So that's it. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know, Bridgegate, people are still testifying, whatever. What else? That's it. Everything is closed, and 1 and 9 Pulaski Skyway is closed. I think the Gospel Bridge is closed. It's like they're trying to lock us in down here. We don't have no escape routes. I need an escape plan. What else?
The swearing in will be July 1st.
Okay, July 1st. Is there another council meeting, I wonder, before the swearing in? It should be another council meeting coming up, too. And July 1st, so the swearing in of, I guess, all of the candidates, our new mayor, and the rest of the candidates is going to be July 1st. So, mark that down on your calendars. We haven't found out when the runoff is going to be, though, yet, right?
June 10th.
Oh, June 10th. Yeah, we did. See, he did say that. So the runoff is coming up on June 10th. And where are we now? That's it. I think that's it. That's all that's going on. November, June runoff, West Ward and Central Ward. November, Fayette County exec seats are up, and Corey, because Lautenberg seat is up. And that's, we'll see what happens with that moving forward. But right now we're gonna move north. North has to move forward, and we'll see what happens. It's a lot of mess to clean up in this city, just like it was when President Obama took office. Just a lot of mess to clean up. But as always, I want to thank all my viewers for watching Kim's Corner. You can always view episodes. Go to my website, kimscornertv.com, corner with the K. You can email me at kimscornertv18@aol.com. You can go on my YouTube. I'm on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and MySpace. No Instagram. I don't have time for the Instagram. So, until next time, peace.
Fabulous. Bye.